All right, so I'm going to go over how to make a park bench a couple different ways. First things first, I'm going to start off with a cube, and I'm just going to go ahead and kind of make it more of a rectangle, like where people are going to sit. Again, what I'd recommend in this case is I'd import, so go to File, Import, and bring in your reference for your scale. I mean, you can always make the park bench first and then put it in with the humans later, but I'm just going to do it first with them. Makes it a little bit easier. So again, I have two characters that are already sitting, so I'm just going to use those. Again, with the bench, you could technically use the standing ones next to it too to kind of show height of how tall you want your park bench to be. Now again, some people could just make a cube and be like, there you go, there's a bench, there it is. There's not a lot of detail to it. Again, that wouldn't, we're at a park, they're probably going to spend a little bit more money on a bench than that. So you probably want to at least round it off so it's not cutting into their legs. So how you do that, guys, it's the same technique we just learned about making fences. You just go to Edge Mode. You click on an edge that you want to round off, and you just go up to Edit Mesh, Bevel. You guys see it'll round it off for you. So then there's segments that if you left click and drag to the left or right, it'll round it off more. You go to fractions, it makes it more of the fraction of the edge. So you guys can really round off that edge of the park bench so it's a little bit more comfortable for people to sit on. You guys could round off the bottom too if you want, but in this case I'm not. In this case I'll do it just for example again. So again, I'll go click on that edge, go to Edit Mesh, Bevel. So now it's rounding off the bottom. And like I said, same things. I go to fractions. I can make it more or less. Segments more rounded. So now it's a little bit more rounded, like a park bench someone would probably want to sit on. So I could take that to their backs now, bring it down a little bit maybe because you don't want it to go through them too much. Obviously, these characters, they're very dense, so we can't really like mess with their mesh too much when it comes to like making them squish, because obviously our bodies squish when we sit down. So we bring them up a little bit more. Again, the scale's locked, so they're the same size no matter what. So also we need a back to it. So again, I'm just going to duplicate this. I can flip it. And again, I can rotate it so it's the same as the bottom. And again, I can line this up. Now I can do this two different ways. I could press R and scale this so it's the park bench goes all the way down to the ground like that. And again, I could always move this back a little bit, and then I can also scale this a little bit to go in this way a little more. So that's one way you guys could do it. More likely they're not going to have it like that. I mean, maybe inside they might, but outside they're going to want to have some area for the water to go through and other things to be able to sweep and clean. So what I'd suggest doing is this. You could use it once for the side of the bench, and then I would duplicate it again. So you have this kind of situation going on. I'm going to go ahead and put them back there again. So now we have the sides, and then what I can do is just take another cube, and I can just make this a leg here. And again, I can make it as thick or thin as I want. I can try and match up with the thinness and thickness. And then I can duplicate that one. I can duplicate it again, press R, and scale it this way so it's back support. Again, there's so many different ways to make park benches, guys, but this is one way to do it. Again, stylistic, you can have it stick out, make this wood texture or wood color. Again, you could bring another bar down here. So I look at some examples for park benches, but again, you guys can see you have some cool detail here. Again, you could duplicate the same shape and have it go all the way down. Maybe one more. I might bring this one down a little more. Let's do it one more time. So again, there's a lot of different types of park benches you guys can make. You guys don't have to have this middle section either right here. Obviously, they're probably not going to have it where it's protruding like this on this one. So I'm just going to actually shrink this so it's just a leg. Actually, we can get rid of that because we have it at the top. So if you want it on the back side for the park, the seating's support, you can just make it thin. And just bring this back here. Sorry, I'm recording, but yeah, you're good. Oh, you're good. So you guys can, like I said, have this be the back leg post and supporting it. Another example you guys could do is I'm going to duplicate this bench real quick and use the bottom. So again, I can just have legs. I can have 4 legs holding this park bench together. So again, I'll make one leg that I like. Make it really small. Press W and hold Shift and duplicate it, and press F to frame. So once you guys get one side, again, you can hold Shift and select these, and then hold Shift and pull. You can make a couple of legs. Again, I'm going to make one more for the back. Again, the same thing, I could use these same, I can either scale these and pull them up, or I could just duplicate and pull up. And again, I can duplicate the same shape and scale it this way to put the back of the bench. So again, there's a lot of different ways you guys can make park benches. I just want to show you this beveling tool so you can make it look more comfortable. And again, you could use the same technique for just making regular chairs. Again, this is just, you can make the regular chair out of this too. You know, you just scale it to the human size and make it one chair, put 4 legs on it in the back. And then you can put the back to it. So like I said, that's how you can make some park benches, some park chairs, restaurant seating. So again, that's what I would suggest doing, is using that beveling tool.